I am covering up the camera, sorry, I was covering up the lens. So this is a bull snake. There's a little notation on the card that it is non-poisonous. It is in a group where there's only like 1 or 2 members that are poisonous in a very large group. So that'll be important. Anything that's in parentheses will come up while you're trying to classify it. So you can see her fairly well. Okay, now we're going to go over here. These are bottlenose dolphins, has hair, are warm-blooded. This is a leopard. Leopard, leopard, black leopard, but still a leopard. These are walruses, and the notation says has hair. This is an osprey, a fish-eating hawk. This is an orangutan. This is something called Procoptodon. It is an ancestor of, or actually a relative, I don't know that it's an ancestor, but it's a relative of kangaroos, pretty obviously. A hummingbird, a Gila monster. There's one, there's a relative, but there's a Gila monster. Now keep in mind, you can always freeze frame these things, because I know I'm going by fairly fast, but you can freeze frame to take a look at something. An Indian elephant. The Indian part turns out to be important, and you need to know a little bit of geography. A 3-toed sloth, or sloth. And there's the sloth. Photographs are fun because you're stuck with one angle and one angle only. Over here we have, oops, not entirely sure what's going on. Not sure what's going on here. These are sponges. They're multicellular and can move. And there's, oh, okay. Sorry, I touched something I wasn't supposed to touch on the screen. This is a collection of different types of sponges. They are multicellular, and at least in theory, they can move. These are tapeworms. They are worms in bottles, white worms in bottles. These are sand dollars with pentaradial symmetry. There's one upside down, there's one right side up. I know the camera's having trouble with the light reflecting off of the table, so I'm going to get down a little bit lower. This is a stuffed raccoon. And as the notation says, it has large canine teeth, because on this specimen you can't really see its teeth. This is, come on, sorry folks. This is a horseshoe crab. There's a little one upside down so you can see what it looks like underneath. There's a large one so you can see what it looks like on the top. This is a bittern, which can fly. That turns out to be important. This is the bittern. Top, beak, feet, all things you need to be able to see. I'm gonna, sorry folks. I'm gonna flip the lights down a little bit so that we don't get quite as much glare. And now I'm going to see if I can't get, okay, so this is a starfish. There's the top of it. There is the bottom of it. That thing in the middle is the mouth. This is a mud puppy salamander. Sorry, it's having trouble with the glare off of the lights off of the cards. And this is the mud puppy salamander. These are leeches. It says leech on the bottle. This is There we go. Rattlesnake. Fangs fold back. Caught in New Mexico. That turns out to be important. Here's the rattlesnake. I'll turn it around. There's the head. There's the tail. It says on the card the tail rings were black. They faded being in the preserving fluid, so they're not quite as black as they once were. Here is an umbrella tree. It says on the card that it's related to magnolia. And if we turn the leaf over, where's the one I got turned over? Then you can kind of see the veins on the underside of the leaf. That turns out to be important. We have a small brown bat. Small brown bat. Come on, there we go. And there's the bats. I'm going to set this down for a second. Take them out of the bag so that the bag isn't interfering with the light. A little crispy. They're not in preservative, they've been dried out.